Good afternoon, everybody. We are talking to each other today about the King Henry chart, or the King Henry method of remembering metric conversions, okay, and the different units. So as we talked about yesterday, we had all these weird conversions in our standard or imperial system, but in the metric system, which you'll learn a little bit of history about in the video, in the metric system, they decided, okay, we've got these three basic ways of measuring things. We have liters, meters, and grams. And instead of having random numbers tied to each of these different units, like if I'm measuring really big things or really small things in each, we want to go to a sort of a standard system. And so liters is how we measure liquid things. Meters is how we measure the length of objects. And grams is how we measure weight. So there's this phrase, there's a couple different versions of it, but the idea here is about King Henry, this guy, King Henry. This specifically is King Henry VIII. He was King of England a long, long time ago. But here's the phrase, and that is King Henry died belly up drinking chocolate milk. And that phrase helps us remember the order of labels for the metric system. Now, every label in the metric system has prefixes or letters that come before the actual thing. So like, for example, we have grams, but we have milligrams, we have liters, but we also have milliliters and so on. So each of these first letters represents something in that chart, specifically each of these. So K for kilo, H for hecta, D for deca, B, U, belly up. That also stands for basic unit. Then we have deci, centa, and milli. Now, the method I have here to use is something I like to call downright easy. So with downright easy, oops, that's a big marker there. There we go. With downright easy, we downright easy. Oops, excuse me, having some technical difficulties here. Downright easy, basically, every time you move down on that chart, you're moving the decimal point to the right. So let me just fill this in here. Down, right, easy. Every time you move down, that's down, the O-W-N, down the chart, the decimal point moves to the right. Oops, geez, a little messed up there. I'm trying to write with a mouse here. It's a little tricky. So in an example, if we have 3 kiloliters, we look at where we are, which is right up here in kilo. And we want to get to, the CL stands for centiliters, all the way down here on the chart. So if I'm counting the number of hops starting at kilo, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops down the chart. So if I'm moving 5 hops down, I also want to move my decimal 5 hops to the right. So I start with a 3. My decimal point is right here after the 3, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops to the right and fill in my blank spaces with zeros. So 3 kiloliters is the same as 300,000 centiliters. That's how that system works. There's some more examples for you to complete. You'll have a paper copy of this, but essentially that's how we use the King Henry chart. Now, I'd like to point out, I call this downright easy, and you might be thinking, well, what if I move up the chart? If you move up the chart, you just go to the left. You move your decimal point to the left. So if you move down, you go to the right. And if you move up, you go to the left. That's how the system works.